Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is a little bit different because I am going to be just talking about one of my favorite movies of all time. I grew up on The Wizard of Oz. I'm pretty sure everything about me today can be traced back to The Wizard of Oz, me watching all those retro commercials on the VHS, and basically I just have a lot of really good memories associated with The Wizard of Oz. I recently watched it with my boyfriend Ian, and we got into a really interesting conversation about who we would recast now in like a modern version of The Wizard of Oz. We came up with some pretty phenomenal actors. So, without any further ado, let's get on with the video, shall we? So first things first, for me, something very important about like a musical theater movie or a musical, it is very, very important to me that the actors know how to sing. For me, it's very frustrating going to see a musical and they cast a bunch of big name actors to play these roles of these really iconic characters and they don't sing very well. So the first person I'm going to be recasting is the character of Dorothy. I had a few actors come to mind when I was thinking about Dorothy. The first one being Anna Kendrick. Anna Kendrick would be really, really good in the role. She can sing, she's funny, she's very talented, and I think that she could bring a really fresh, very funny take with Dorothy. However, I do think that she might be a little bit old because Dorothy's supposed to be like a really young woman. Like, I think she's supposed to be 15. Or maybe even younger. I'm gonna kind of sound like a hypocrite here. The person who I ultimately decided I would cast as Dorothy is Ariana Grande. And before y'all read me for filth, I just think that she would be so adorable as Dorothy. She has that little girl-esque thing going on. She kind of has that youthful vibe to her, which I really enjoy. And then not only that, but Ariana Grande can sing her ass off. And she got her start in Broadway, so I feel like that would be a very good casting decision because not only does she have the experience, she can sing, she's adorable. I think that she could do an amazing job as Dorothy. Not only that, but we could probably just take Toulouse and cast him as Toto because he already knows how to be in front of the camera. He's very well trained already. So the next character I'm going to be recasting is going to be Scarecrow. So for the role of Scarecrow, I would cast Anthony Ramos. And you probably know Anthony Ramos from either Hamilton, he was in A Star is Born, he was also going to be in The Heights. And I just think he is an amazing actor. He can sing, he can dance, he's very versatile, and he has tons of musical theater experience. And I also think that he has a sense of humor. He was very, very funny in A Star is Born when he said to Ally/Lady Gaga to shake her titties in his face. Like, that was so hilarious. And I just think that he would bring a really, really fun take to Scarecrow. I think it would be light, I think it would be comedic, I think the movement would be good, the vocals would be good. So I can't go wrong. I don't think we could go wrong with Anthony Ramos as Scarecrow. Next, I was kind of conflicted on who I wanted to cast for Tin Man because in my opinion, I think the Tin Man character is a little queenie. However, I did decide to cast Aaron Tveit as the Tin Man. Y'all probably know Aaron Tveit from Gossip Girl, or he was also in Les Mis, and I think he was completely robbed of the main role, the one that Eddie Redmayne played. I'm so sorry, I don't know character names. I'm horrible, I can never remember character names. He was to me the clear choice to play the role that Eddie had played. He's very talented. I don't know how to describe it, I just could definitely picture him as part of this cast, and I think he would do a really good job in the Tin Man. So for the Cowardly Lion, I would cast Todrick Hall. Some of you might know him as the guest judge on RuPaul's Drag Race for a couple seasons. He's a choreographer, he's a singer, he's a dancer, and he's also a musician in his own right. And I already know that he loves The Wizard of Oz because he did his own vocal arrangement. Todrick Hall would be so good as the Cowardly Lion. He can dance, he can sing. I just think that he could characterize it really, really well, and I think he would have a lot of fun with it. So I'd be really excited to see where Todrick kind of took the Cowardly Lion. So in the original, the actor who played the Cowardly Lion made some really interesting character choices, some of which were not my favorite, like the way he sang If I Were a King. I didn't particularly enjoy that. So I just kind of would like a different take on it. Maybe something a little bit more seriously cowardly, because I think that the original actor kind of tried to take a comedic route with it and it didn't pay off very well. So I think Todrick could just do a really, really amazing job. Next person I'm going to be recasting is Glinda, the Good Witch. The original Glinda is something very sweet, very bubbly, very godmother-like, but I kind of wanted to take a more sexy take on it, I guess, and I kind of wanted to cast like a MILF in the role. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I wanted to cast somebody who had a little bit of sex appeal, who is still very feminine, and so the first person on my list is Kristen Bell. I think Kristen Bell could do a really good job. However, I think she's too bubblegum sweet, and she's also not old enough. But she can sing, so that is like a major bonus for her. The next person I kind of had in mind for Glinda is Gillian Anderson. We all know and love Gillian Anderson. She is totally a sex symbol. I think she would bring a really, really different take to Glinda than we've seen before. The only downside to having Gillian Anderson in that role is that she can't sing. There's a little conundrum there. I think I probably decided that, I really want to cast Gillian Anderson, but she can't sing. But then again, I also don't know if the other person I'd cast, which is Julianne Moore, I don't know if she can sing either. What do you guys think? Would you cast Gillian Anderson or Julianne Moore as the role of Glinda? I'm leaning more towards Gillian Anderson because I think I like her as an actress just a little bit better than Julianne Moore. But I think Julianne Moore is really, really beautiful. I think that she's a great actor. Those two women are kind of like in a toss-up for the role of Glinda. Next, I would like to talk about the role of the Wizard. So for this one, y'all might laugh at me for the first person who I kind of thought of. And the first person who came to mind for me is Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is like one of my favorite actors of all time. So I pretty much cast him in anything. So I don't know if he is a good fit for the role, but then I also thought of maybe Kiefer Sutherland. I think Kiefer Sutherland would do a really good job as the Wizard. I like the movies that he's been in, and I think that he's a really good actor. Since the Wizard has no like singing parts, or I guess I don't know, maybe there could be like a musical number for the Wizard in future film adaptations. But Jake Gyllenhaal can sing, so that works to his advantage. Kiefer Sutherland, he'd be good. And then also maybe a potentially controversial choice to cast as the Wizard would be Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp can also sing. He loves to transform for the camera, so I think that that would be really fun to see him like physically transform into the Wizard. He has like that weird kooky thing down, so I feel like he's an obvious choice. I'm gonna go with Kiefer Sutherland for the Wizard because he hasn't been in many really interesting things lately. He is in a new show called Lone Survivor. I didn't really like it, but I kind of want to give him like a star moment, and I think that he could be really good as the Wizard. So for the Wicked Witch of the West, I didn't have to think too hard about who I wanted to cast because I knew I wanted to cast somebody who already had experience with like horror or like witch stuff. For the Wicked Witch of the West, I casted Bonnie Aarons. For those of you out there who don't know who she is, she played the nun in The Nun. So she's very much familiar with the genre of horror, so I feel like she could do a really fun job of, you know, taking the scariness up a notch a bit with the Wicked Witch. Like, even though she was very scary in the original, I think that we can make her even scarier. And I think Bonnie Aarons is the one for the job. So that pretty much, you know, takes care of all of the characters in The Wizard of Oz. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and let me know what you think about my casting decisions. I'd be interested in hearing what you all would think. If you have somebody in mind who I just completely skipped over, please just let me know because I'd love to talk in the comments. And thank you all so much for watching. I had so much fun talking to you guys about one of my favorite movies of all time. I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye.